What's up, guys? Thank you for clicking on the video. So yes, I am in the garage here with the C5, but I got the C6, and this is actually a C6 video. We're going to get into the screen, into a lot of details that I wanted you guys who are waiting on the screens to know about. So basically in this video, stick around for some of that stuff. I'm going to show you some of the things that I'm doing and what's going to incorporate into the beta units if you have a current beta unit, or if you guys have already purchased and you're waiting for yours. This is going to tell you a lot about the process and what's happening. A little bit after that, I'm going to go into something that has to do with the China involvement in the manufacturing. Some people have asked me questions. I really would encourage you to get to that point in the video where we're going to actually return to this kind of scene right here, because I just shot that part of the video in front of the car here. So, and we're going to kind of close out with a little bit of C5 stuff. So that's the preview of this video. I'm going to try not to make it too long, but it has all to do with the MAX-DIN. That's what I'm calling it. Instead of a double DIN, single DIN, we're going MAX-DIN. So this is the MAX-DIN screens we're talking about. Stick around, you're watching KnightDriveTV.
I always wanted to build fast cars, so self-taught I started with engine swaps, composites in my apartment, to multiple shops, tuning, fabrication, and more. 10 years later, the big time, SEMA, Speed TV, a climb from nothing, but I lost it all. This is my new ride, KnightDriveTV. When failure is not an option, us car guys keep banging the gears of life.
Well, we're doing a little more testing on the vent system here. So kind of going through some things. We've got some weird stuff happening down here with the CAN bus. We don't want to talk about that, but yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so we're putting this old unit back in. So we are having a slight issue, and what the issue is that kind of evaded us in the beginning is getting the floor vents to work. That's the only thing holding up the betas from being shipped, is that we need to just kind of figure out this vent orientation issue. There's some block offs in here that kind of change your vent positions and things, and that's what controls where it goes up towards the dash, the defrost, or the center vents. So I'm looking at these versus the factory module, and so that's where I started to notice when I would go through the modes and then stopped, we would have a little bit of inconsistency. So that's what we're trying to fix. We're going to power it up. Now, this will boot quicker. Well, see, it booted pretty quick, as you can see right there. Sometimes it will boot slower if it's off for a long time. I have a USB drive, and I've cleared that. And once we're plugged in, we're going to go to settings, and we're going to go to system, and we're going to go to upgrade. Now we have a little bar that's climbing right here, so that's what we're going to do to handle any software changes and things like that we're going to make. And as I add functionality for various reasons, this is how you guys are going to do it. And you can see that's mega simple.
Eric is asking, like, you mentioned before, the AC interface, you want to be the same as the previous, the C6.
The key for me to scan it is I have to put the dash back in. So obviously it's a process, you know, to scan the entire dash. So I could take the windshield out, but that I was trying to get that done last week. Yep. So we're pulling out the windshield because we've got to do the 3D scan. What's that?
I said I couldn't tell you the last time the top was off.
Yeah, when was the top off last, Lace? Earlier. Each side, in case anybody's wondering, with their C6 windshield, you gotta take some trim out. Got these screws along the window. Just like that, huh? Put your HUD in there now, Lace. So basically, at early, I would say it was the first week of June, maybe it was towards the 8th to 10th, somewhere in there, the betas started shipping. So the way that I ran this with C6, was everybody got onto a mailing list that was seeing my posts in C6 groups and things like that. Basically, I got on the email list, and I send out emails to those people, and I said, hey, if you want to be in the beta group, here's the opportunity to buy. And so we had 30 people pretty quickly buy those units, and I closed up the option to buy, obviously, from that point. And so then we delivered those systems to the beta testers, and they were, I think, last delivered maybe last week. So we do have a lot of beta testers that have installed. We're going through tons of things. So check this out here. Here's some install images from other people that have put them in. You can see on the screen, some of them have made comments. I have a special group for beta testers. This will also apply for the C5 beta testers and any product testing from here. We have this particular group on Facebook. So you can only be admitted to that group if you are an actual beta tester. So please don't try to get in there. But, we have gone through a lot of looks, and you can check out some customer video here.
All right, finally got mine installed. Gotta say, I'm pretty dang happy with it. I mean, everything fitted exactly the way it needed to. Volume up, volume down. I can go through on the steering wheel. I can go through and select different songs if I want to move on to the next one or the previous one. All of my AC controls are working good. All the hard buttons work exactly like they're supposed to. See if I can get the heated seat to warm up while I'm talking. But I mean, I do like the dual climate control, how it all works. And I know we're supposed to be getting the update for this, so it'll actually show like a Corvette design.
Basically, people that were testing it, going through it. I know one guy has posted a YouTube video about it, but we've obviously the objective of beta is to identify little issues, and we have identified some little quirks, things that were happening with Android Auto connecting and things like that, and that had to do with an update on Android itself. So I've got a page on the website that the beta users, they're going to have to do some updates, and it's just with a thumb drive. You basically put it on a thumb drive, and I will have how-to videos on how to do that. So but basically that's the situation there. We're kind of in that phase of updating some final things that they had brought to my attention, and things are looking fantastic for the C6, I think, overall, for such a complex and new product. So basically that then leads us to those of you who have bought the C6 screens and are waiting. Once we can kind of just get through these updates, the beta testers will check into that stuff. We'll hear what they have to say. Then it's just basically waiting for me to hit the go button on production. So I told you I did have supply enough for 370 more units. We still have some units available. I haven't marketed these yet because we were kind of working on just finalizing some things and some issues that we found. So, but the key with all this is it's ongoing support. There's always going to be updates. You have me behind the product in terms of being able to support it, talk to you, and things like that, versus if you bought something on Amazon or something like that, you're not getting support. So that's just the way it works. All right, got the OnScan Pro HD. We're gonna be switching to the HX, but I'm gonna do a handheld HD scan. Here we go. Alrighty, so we are doing some scan spray. We're gonna scan all this, got some dots and some spray. Hopefully we can get there, get it done. It's evaporating quick because this is Vegas. All right, well, it was a spicy, dicey experience, but we got pretty good. So the point of this is to try and get the HVAC screen to match. So we got a good bit, as you can see, of the C6 interior, put the screen in there. So it'll be reverse modeled, and then hopefully it'll work. We'll see. Okay, so it's a different day, and I'm just gonna kind of cross-contaminate a little bit. So I've got to pull the dash and things out of here. We're gonna pull some HVAC data. So in the next video, when I show you some stuff, I actually flew in some people from China, and they're gonna actually come here. And speaking of China, let's talk. Okay, so just real quick, let's talk about this. So we have this kind of, this anti-China message that's been going on, and I get it, you know what I mean? Like, manufacturing has been sent out of this country, we've lost jobs to China, blah, blah, blah. We hear about it, I understand, but, a lot of guys in the Corvette community, they preach this like pro USA and like, you know, made in America and stuff like that. And look, you know, that's something I think everybody wants to do, but in reality, you know, U.S. manufacturers and companies, like even myself, I mean, I'm a manufacturer in the sense that I do manufacture a lot of the components of the headlight kits that I sell for C5, and I'd like to manufacture as much as I can, but within reason and within reality, you know, look, we are where we are at this stage of the game in life and in society. You know, a lot of this surge honestly came 20 plus years ago. And, you know, I was a part of it then. I was manufacturing header systems. I did turbo systems. I take fabricated full headers, custom one-off stuff for imports. And, you know, the Chinese were really kind of just gearing up then. A lot of people who, you know, are pro-America today and buy America, made in America, I mean, look, it just went the way it went. And so from my perspective, I'm just going to say, you know, these are codependent situations at this point. You know, business is global. Even, you know, the Chevy Corvette, it's 60-some% American. It's one of the most American-made vehicles out there, but it's not 100% American-made. You know, this camera that I'm shooting on is not American-made. The phone that you're probably watching this on, or the screen you're watching on your TV, is certainly not American-made. So when it comes to these products that I'm developing, the screen unit and stuff like that, people are like, oh, I want it to be American made. Well, you know, the only thing that's really got American made screens in it, to be honest, to my knowledge, is like U.S. military equipment that requires by law that everything is made in the United States. So, you know, if you want to spend Lockheed Martin prices for your dash screen in your C6 or your C5, I can tell you that the numbers that I'm selling these at, it's going to go way, way up. So, you know, and the minimums are going to go way up. And to be honest with you, it's just not possible. So, you know, I think people just need to accept that in some realms of business, we have to work with China. That's the only way all this stuff gets done. And all I can tell you is, from my perspective, the value I try to bring as a U.S. manufacturer or a U.S. brand is, while I do work with China, I mean, the end control is with me, the support is with me. You have an actual warranty. If you buy a Chinese product on Amazon, good luck. Who do you call? What do you do? So that's the value I bring, but I come with a cost. You know what I mean? So obviously you could take me out of the scenario for those of you guys who have been very vocal about the price of these screens. This is what I'm just trying to explain to you guys. The price and the way that this is sold, it is the nature of the game. So the point of me telling you this in the next video, yes, we do have some people from Shenzhen, China that are going to be here, and they're going to be here personally, though. And so for you guys to talk about drop shipping and, you know, you're the big entrepreneurs and all this stuff, these are people that are using, you know, drop shipping apps. They never have any connection with the manufacturer. They don't know who they're talking to. They're talking to some rep they've never met. I have a real connection with this company. This is an integrated connection, and they're actually here at my house. So I hope you guys will understand that's a game changer. That's a difference in terms of how you see many of these companies operating. Anybody can make a phone call, type on a computer, get something done across the world, and you get what you get. But I mean, these people are actually physically here, physically in my presence. And so it's a business arrangement and a partnership in that way. So that's that. Let's get back to it. I hope you watched all. Sorry. And so I'm going to get into that, and I just kind of wanted to also wrap up for you C6 guys. I'll probably do another video for the C5 now that I've kind of gone long here. But for the C6 guys, we're just wrapping up all the beta stuff. We're making sure that everything is as correct as it can be. We are finding some bugs I didn't find. You know, that's the nature when you know, it's like you see GM, they develop a C6 or a C7 or a C8. Usually they develop it. They got the mules, they got the camo on it. Then they got engineers driving it. Then they take it to another level to where they contract companies like Roush out in Las Vegas. They're actually a contractor. They have a bunch of normies that just get hired to drive things and document logs. So you got, like, you know, the early alpha cars in GM, and then you've got the beta level cars, and then the engineering test cars, and then they have consumer product people that inspect it and go through it, and then they have a big run of, you know, pre-production cars that they come out, you know, so that costs millions and millions and millions of dollars. So from my perspective, you know, look, we got two, we tested them. We sent out 30 to the beta testers. They have found more things, little quirks, nothing major, just things that are little quirks. We're going to work on those things. And then obviously when it comes to you, will it be perfect? I don't know. I mean, this was a very hard product to create. It was a lot of energy for me and a ton of energy for the engineers and the people involved.
That's the nature of the game. That's it. You know what I mean? Once we get through this stuff, a couple updates, you guys that have ordered it, that are waiting on yours, look, just know that you're going to get the better version than the betas may have gotten, in the sense that they're going to have to do some updates and stuff like that, and they're doing work for you guys. So it's kind of like a contribution for the early betas, but they get to be the first guys on the social media, first guys at the local meet, first guys at the club, and so that's how it works. So that being said, guys, let's just wrap this up. There was a lot in this video. I appreciate your support. I appreciate your sub and everything to this channel. I do post like different stuff, some off-road stuff, but I'll catch you on the next one, and then we'll get into the C5, some engineers here, some different things, talk about some other products that I have. I got all kind of stuff going on, so thanks for watching.